Hello, coaches. Welcome to your next day of training. Today, we're going to be talking about objections, which can be very scary if you don't look at them rightly, and also what to do when the going gets tough, because sometimes it does get tough, right? Life is not always perfect, and we don't always achieve the things that we want to in a certain amount of time, or, things just happen, right? We can't control other people. So we're going to be talking today about objections, what you can control, what you can understand, and then how to work through tough times. So this is probably one of the most important videos that I could share with you in the beginning of your coaching journey, because mindset will make all the difference for you in this area. Because if you don't take a step back and remember two things when it comes to objections, you're just going to feel bad. It's going to make you feel like you did something wrong, like it's you, right? So there are two things that I want to share with you that I want you to write down. I want you to take a step back and remember these things when objections happen. So when someone says, no, I'm not interested, or please don't message me, or I'm not interested in something that has to do with a direct sales company, or just a no or a no response, right? It's easy to get our feelings hurt by that stuff, but I want you to remember these two things. The first thing is, number one, it's not personal. It may feel personal to you, but it is not personal. And I wish I would have recognized this from the very moment I became a coach. It's not personal. It's not about you. It really isn't. It's not about you. It's about them, which we'll talk about more specifically in just a second. And it's about something that they're going through. So first of all, remind yourself, this is not about me. It's not personal. Okay. Number two, a no is not a permanent no. A no is a not yet. They may be saying a firm no to you, but I cannot tell you how many people I have had come back to me who have said no to me and said, hey, I've been watching your journey. You continue to share, and I am interested in hearing more. Can you share more with me? I've had people that I've talked to for over a year that have said no for over a year that have come back and are now rocking my program. So my challenge groups. So I just want to share that to encourage you. Number one, it's not personal. It's not about you. Number two, it's not a permanent no. So think of those no's that you get, those objections, the things that people say, as a not yet. And that's going to help you have a clearer perspective, because if you can take a step back and look at it objectively, look at the objection objectively, then what you're going to see is that there are ways that you can help people work through the objections and remind yourself that it's not about you, and help them work through them in a way that can be positive for both of you. Okay, so I heard something recently that was really great, and a coach was talking about how objections happen because of three things. So you can write these down. This is really helpful. Objections happen because of time. People don't have time. The workouts are too long. They don't have time in their day. They're working a full-time job, whatever it may be. Okay. And then number two, because of money. Okay. I don't have enough money. It costs too much. Things are tight for us right now. I'm a single mom, all that kind of stuff. All these things could be very legitimate, right? And number three, they could be objecting because of belief in themselves, belief in the company, whatever it may be. And what I have found most of the time is that it comes down to number three. It comes down to belief, that they don't believe that they can do it. They don't believe in the product because they haven't experienced it. Okay. So where do you go from there? Okay. When you get an objection from someone, I want you to sit down and think, okay, is this a time objection? Is it a money objection? Or is it a belief objection? Okay. So you can right then and there categorize it into a category that you can relate to. Okay. And then from there, what you can do is you can respond to their objections with affirming them that you hear them. Okay. I oftentimes start conversations with, thank you so much for sharing that with me. I actually really understand where you're coming from. It doesn't mean that you agree with them, but you can say, I understand where you're coming from and I hear you. People want to be heard, right? So, and then share with them what you have found to be true. Okay. So if they're saying that there isn't enough time in the day for them, that they're a working mom, you can say, I totally get that. I was there. I understand what you're saying. And it is hard and it is a sacrifice. I'm a full-time mom of two. And I struggled with figuring out, with varying nap times and all that stuff, when to work out. And I've had to get up early in the morning and make it happen. But these groups really have made all the difference for me in helping me stay consistent and being able to get up that early. And I actually feel better, even though I've had long, long, long days. Okay, so respond to it, affirm them, right? Let's say someone says, I don't really have money. Shakeology is too expensive. Okay, that's one you might hear a lot, all right? I'm going to upload, there's a file in the file section responding to objections, okay? And I give you clear responses that you can kind of take and tweak and make your own, okay? With Shakeology, my favorite response to this is to say, I completely understand where you're coming from because I actually felt the same way. I thought the same thing. And then this is what I have found. So you're saying you're doing a feel, felt, and found with them method. Okay, write that down. Feel, felt, found. And so what I do is I say to them, I really thought it was way too expensive. And then I sat down and I looked at my grocery budget. I looked at how much I was spending on coffees a month at Starbucks or at the local coffee shop, whatever it may be. And then I realized that Shakeology was only about $4 a drink. And I was paying probably a good, 50 to 75 cents a day on a multivitamin. So it replaces my multivitamin. It can replace a meal for me. So really, that's way less expensive than a meal. Or if I went out for a coffee, if I got a grande coffee, it's between $4 and $5. So really right there, I'm putting a healthy solution into my body that's going to make me feel better. Plus it tastes like a milkshake. And so I always kind of lay that out to people and say, you have to make your own decision. And I totally respect that and get that. But what I did was I sat down with my husband and I looked at our budget and I realized that actually there were some things that I could cut out that I could replace with Shakeology, and it was actually going to save us money. So you're responding to them with the ways that you've worked through things, okay? The way that you value Shakeology. You don't have to lecture them. In the end, you say, I always say to people, there's no pressure. It really has to be what's best for your family, but that's really what I felt. What I found in this. And I have found so many people that have come back to me and said, you know what, you're right. I talked to my husband and we can work this into our budget and it is worth it. And I do feel a lot better being on it. So that's one way to respond to the money one. The belief one, this is a really fun one for me, okay? Because I was totally there. I didn't think I could do it. I actually didn't think the product was going to work. I didn't think 21 Day Fix was going to work for me when I first started. So with the belief one, it's just kind of helping them weed out, asking them questions of why, can I ask why you think that's true about yourself, that you can't do that? Because I used to feel that way about myself too. And what I found is that I'm stronger than I think, that the challenge has changed me, and that it has been such a great experience as my confidence has built as I've been a part of these groups, okay? So respond to objections with affirming them that you hear them. Like I said, doesn't mean that you agree with them, and share with them what you have found to be true. So use that feel, felt, found method. I understand how you feel. This is how I felt. And this is what I found, okay? So you can respond to all objections that way. And I want to encourage all of you to actually go for the no when you're inviting. Go for no. Don't take no as a negative thing. Take it as okay, I'm one step closer to finding that person that needs a yes, that needs me to ask and needs to say yes. And when you look at a no as being something that's positive, you begin to value the no's that lead you to the positive yes, okay? So someone is out there waiting for you and they need you to help change their life. Okay, and if you don't ask, it's not going to happen. And you may have objections along the way, and that's okay. So what do you do when the going gets tough? What do you do when you feel discouraged? When you feel like it is about you, it is personal, even though it probably isn't. That's why we talked yesterday about personal development. You need to dig into personal development. I love the book, Get Over Your Damn Self. It really helps you to realize that it's really not about you. It's about people that need a solution that you have to offer. There are so many overweight people in the United States that need our help, right? They feel hopeless in terms of their health and they need a solution, and we have one to offer them that can not only bring them hope to their bodies, but to their hearts and their souls in our challenge groups, okay? So dig into personal development. Start reading. Find a book that really can help you realize that you are in it for people, that you are in it to help, right? So that's the first thing. When it gets tough, if you're not digging into personal development, you're going to drown. You're going to feel like you're drowning, but dig in deep and remember your why, okay? So when things are tough, dig into PD and remember your why. Why did you go into this business? What did you feel before you became a coach that made you want to become a coach? Thrive off of that feeling. Use that feeling to share with others, okay? So those are kind of my tips to respond to objections. Remembering it's not about you. It's not personal. It's a not yet, okay? And really respond to people out of graciousness, out of understanding, and helping them see that you get it, but this is what you have found. So I have some homework for you today. Look in the post, and I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for you to experience objections so that you can know how to respond to them and realize it really is an exercise in building your confidence muscle, right? So keep at it, and happy day 10.